The offset function can be used to compare the values of previous price bars and tools or indicators. So let's say, for example, I want to use the low price from 3 bars ago. So the easiest way to illustrate that is in a watch list column. So new script column. So the low price is just low, but when I put my cursor in parentheses, you'll see that option there under the properties for offset. So I'm going to set that to 3 days ago. Click apply, and you'll see there that AMP, for example, $5.40. So if I go back from the current bar 1, 2, 3, that's that bar, and you can see the low price is $5.40. Now we can also do that for the high, the open, and the close. Just go into the parentheses to set the offsets. But what we can also do for tools and indicators is use the offset function. So as an example, let's have a look at the current value of the of a 50 period moving average and compare that to what it was 5 days ago. Now that's similar to the isUp function. It will give you a true false if it's higher than the previous bar, but maybe that you don't want to look at just yesterday's value, you want to go a little bit further back. So this is where the offset can be useful. So I'm going to create a variable called MA1, and it's a 50 period moving average. So the current value of MA1 is greater than the offset. So this is where we type offset to bring up the function. Oop, hit enter, and then if I backspace, I can now put whatever function I want in those parentheses. So I'm going to look at the value of MA1, which is the variable we created. And now click on the offset to set the number of bars we want to go back. So I'm going to change that to 5. So I'm going to compare the current value to what it was 5 days ago. And as this is a true false, it will tell me whether it's sloping up. So for AMP, for example, you can see that that's now false. So if I put a 50 on the chart, you can see that that is in fact sloping down. Now you can see, if we open up the structure panel, as you mouse over the bar, you'll see in the info panel in the bottom right, you actually get the values of all the tools and indicators for that particular day. So you can see the current value is 5.598, but if we go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can see the value is 5.621 of the moving average. So that's why it's a false, because it's now lower than it was previously. Now instead of having a true false, what we could do is create a ratio. So if we right click on that, go to edit, and instead of going or having greater than the offset, let's divide it by. And when we hit apply, we'll then get a ratio. So where it's below 1, it's obviously lower, so sloping down, and if it's above 1, then it's sloping up, and the higher that value, obviously the steeper the slope. I'll show you one more example of an offset using a show plot. So let me close that structure panel. We'll get rid of that moving average, and I'm going to put on a show plot on the chart. So that's my default settings. So I'm going to right click on that and go to the script. So that's a moving average minus an ATR value, so we will get rid of that. And I want to look at, I want to plot on my chart the close from the previous year. So I type close, click in the parentheses, and I want to look 1 year back. So I change the offset to 1, period amount to year. And when I click apply, and I scroll back so you can see the more of a history. So that black line will tell us what was the close the previous year. So if I show in price scale, 583 is where AMP closed last year. So if I click on or go over that bar, so the end of December last year, you'll see that's what the closing price was. So it's a very easy way to see where we are in relation to the year to date.